This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Chris Bourke over Zoom. Chris, first and foremost, congratulations on your win last night. Reflect on it, a points victory against James Beech Jr.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, he's a very tough game kid, but I thought I boxed well, and I won pretty much all the rounds.
You mentioned
So, yeah.
he was tough, Chris. Was he tougher than what you expected?
Yeah, I caught him with a few big shots, and I thought he was ready to go. I don't know if it was a 7th or 8. I sort of had him going, and then the bell went, and I thought the next round he'd still be a bit rattled, but he kept his shape and he sort of stayed composed. So it was a lot tougher than I thought it'd be.
You were landing some vicious shots throughout the night, Chris, and of course, your left hand was a very key factor for your performance last night. Was you frustrated at all that maybe you couldn't get the stoppage?
No, I mean, I stuck to my boxing yesterday. I maybe, looking back on it now, should have gone through the gears a little bit more. My corner wanted me to, but I felt like I was in control the whole time. I thought eventually I would get him out of there, but the opportunity came once and then it just didn't come again.
That's one thing, Chris, I was going to pick up on. Listening to Ben Davison on the commentary, he was saying that maybe once you guys, yourself and James, had settled into a rhythm in those first couple of rounds, it almost stayed like that throughout. You was coming forward, he was on the back foot, and you both kind of waiting for the other to basically blink first, to throw first, and then in your case counter, or in James' case do the same. Was that effectively how it was?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised because I've watched a few of his previous fights, and he comes forwards, he's aggressive, he throws a lot of shots, and he sort of smothers the fighters he's fighting. But he didn't do that against me. I think he maybe tried to at the beginning and then sort of changed his style as the fight went on. So it wasn't really the fight I was expecting.
Touch on that. How much of a surprise was it for you to see James moving on the back foot instead of coming forwards? Was that down to you and your tactics or performance, or was that more so him?
I think it's down to me. I watch a lot of fighters, and then when I either fight them or spar them, they're completely different. So it's obviously something that I'm doing in the ring. But it takes a good fighter to be able to adapt their style, and he'll be back.
So for yourself now, Chris, it's been well spoken about. Brad Foster was a name that you'd like, whether that be next or soon. What do you think Brad would have made of your performance?
I don't know. A lot of people were comparing it. I feel like I don't know what the scorecards were when Brad boxed him, but I mean it was a pretty clear one-sided fight. A lot of people said that I won pretty much every round. So it's clear that I was the clear winner, and it looks good doing so. So I'm sure he would have taken notice of it and thought it was a good performance.
I mean, we know Brad's currently injured, but he was looking to face Jason Cunningham. Away from that, are you confident your paths will cross soon?
Yeah, I think so. I wish him a speedy recovery and he can get that fight on soon enough, so that them belts are in Frank Warren's stable, and Frank Warren fighters can fight for him.
And Chris, of course, just to kind of get your thoughts on last night, did you manage to tune in, watch any of the other fights whilst you was at the arena?
Yeah, mate, I watched them. Good. I thought it was a really good show. A lot of good 50-50 fights. Yeah, good night of boxing.
Just want to touch on a couple of them. Essuman and Jenkins for British and Commonwealth title. Did you see that? If so, what did you make of it?
Yeah, I've seen Essuman from the Team GB days, and he's called the engine for a reason. He just keeps going and going and chipping away. And Jenkins is a very talented fighter, but I think Essuman just got to him. I think I heard maybe that Jenkins broke his rib early on, maybe, or so that played a factor as well. But well done to Essuman, man. He grafted away and he got the win.
And of course, the headline event, Joyce-Takam. What did you make of it?
Joyce is called the Juggernaut, man. He just gets hit and just keeps coming forwards. He's got probably one of the best chins in boxing. He's just so tough, durable, fit, and strong. And yeah, he took Takam's best shots and just sort of walked him down and got him out of there.
And Chris, just one thing which I forgot to ask about yourself with regards to kind of Brad. Let's say if you two were to cross paths, were to meet, what challenges do you feel you'd present to him that he hasn't had to face previously?
I don't know. I think when people watch me, they think it's a lot easier to fight me than what it is. But I'm not just a power puncher. I can also box. I can move. I can box on the back foot. I can come forwards. So all them things, they all play a big part, and it makes me a difficult opponent in there.
All right, Chris, how did you celebrate your win last night, and how are you going to celebrate today?
Today I went over to my gran. I had a big fry up. I do that after every fight. Go down to my gran's with the belts and have a big fry up with the family. Last night I watched the boxing with all my friends and family and just relaxed and enjoyed the evening, really.
That must have been nice, especially to have them there after the pandemic, of course. Well, pandemic's still ongoing, of course, but for yourself to have fans and family and friends there, how nice was that?
Oh, mate, especially, because I sold a lot of tickets and so did he. So the atmosphere when he was in there, it was wicked, man. Yeah, it was quality.
All right, Chris, we'll leave that there now. Leave you to enjoy your day. Like I say, thank you for speaking to me, and thanks for speaking to Boxing Social.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.